Good evening!
It is not evening. Hi, everyone.
I took a breath. I was waiting for that too.
Are you done entertaining yourself? All right, Bethany here and Sparky from the Puppy Academy, and we are here to answer all of your puppy questions under 2 years old. This is episode 104. You guys can submit questions through Instagram. So you can hop on Instagram, you can DM us directly, you can comment below if you have a question. We will get to you today. And then some of these questions come off of our videos, which is fine too, from YouTube and other places. Oh my God!
This is Adonis.
Who are you, Adonis? Oh my gosh! Is this a? So it's a French bulldog. So can I just say, this is probably the most well-bred designer French bulldog I might have ever seen. Oh my goodness.
I agree.
Be careful out there, guys. Like, seriously.
You got to get a really high quality breeder when you get a Frenchie.
Be careful, because I've never seen a designer French bulldog look this good. Look at you.
His dad's incredibly happy right now.
You don't understand. Like, it's bad. Okay, it's bad out there, people. It's bad. This dog, you are a well-bred doggy. Okay, anyway.
Kisses from him?
So cute. Do I get kisses? I just get nuzzles.
He licked his butt.
Just nuzzles. Seriously? They all lick their butts. Like, do you think people don't know that when they're all like being licked in the mouth and everything?
I don't think people know that. I don't think people want to know that.
Then they don't pay any attention to their dogs. They lick other dogs' butts as well. It's great. All right, guys. Episode 104. Let's dive right in. And if any of you guys have questions, just put it in the comments below.
That's the most active I've ever seen him.
Oh, he's so
excited.
cute.
He's like, oh, I got love, I got Instagram, I got TikTok.
Well, it's also because our energy is up too. And normally when we're working dogs and puppies, our energy is focused. And it might be excited, it might be calm. It's whatever the puppy needs.
I say use the opposite energy of what your puppy gives you. Puppy gives you big energy, use low energy, find that middle ground, and then vice versa.
Look at all the rolls. Okay, we had a question off of a video that we did. Does my puppy need to be introduced to other dogs off leash? And the question from Freya says...
You didn't warn her? Oh, Freya.
She says, I wouldn't scare people with a bad experience. My boy got attacked young. Yeah. My boy got attacked young, but it didn't faze him at all. I hear people get scared that their dog will become reactive. Because they do. That is why. And then they pay us thousands of dollars to maybe have a chance to walk down the street in the future. So if you don't think that it matters the quality of dog that you're exposing your puppy to, then you just got lucky. But you know what? You do you. You do you. I'm pregnant and I don't have time for it. You have anything to add?
She's right. Paid for my Beamer.
Okay. All right, moving on. When can a puppy hold their potty overnight? So this was a video that we did. I see Sparky's face. All right. Taylor says,
sunburnt right now.
Taylor says, mine potty's in the crate. I'm about to give up. It's just driving me nuts. Betty says, I'm having the same issue. I feel like I've tried everything and then I've got same problem here. First, can I just tell you guys, if you're watching this, if we can I love the support of everybody like in the same boat. I love that. It's very true. It happens to a lot of people. But if you guys could throw in the age and the breed of your dog, or breed mix, the mutt.
It does help, because if you have a dog that's 5 pounds, they're not holding it as long versus a dog that's 55 pounds, 8 months old, and maybe he's doing it just because you've let him out a couple times and now knows that's how he gets out.
Yeah, there's so much nuance. I wish potty training was easy for indoor dogs, but there is so much nuance between age and breed and size. It's really hard to give feedback. Oh, I got kisses.
You're getting sniffed and kissed.
Oh, I get kisses. Little flat nose kisses. Okay. So what was I saying? See, this is distracting. Puppy hold it overnight. Okay, so but here are some basic tips. Is no water 3 hours before bed. And if you do some sort of activity with your puppy, just give them a piece of ice to lick a few times, totally fine. And then the other thing is trial and error. So I want to make sure that your crates are small enough for them to turn around and lay down, and a little bit of stretch only, not like where they can pace around. And
we say full circle into a down,
yeah,
and be able to stretch their legs a little bit,
yeah,
if possible, which means you're getting more width, less length.
Which
the length is.
I was gonna say, which means with a little guy like this, we're gonna need a small plastic crate, and you're gonna have to build as the puppy grows, or you're gonna get a slightly larger metal crate with a divider.
Yes, correct. Because if they can walk back and forth and pace, it's like when you exercise and you move back and forth, what happens? You gotta pee.
Oh my gosh, what happens when you
What did you do to my dog?
Okay, what happens when you block a bulldog? When you do like a little nice block like you would do for like a doodle or a retriever, they come back at you harder.
Coming at you full steep.
I know, he's mad because he thinks I challenged him. Well, I did. Because I didn't do it big enough for like the bulldog mentality. You're a little bulldog. Yes, you are. You definitely got the instincts.
He's like, all right, now you're holding me this way. We're good.
Yeah. Do you have anything else just some tips to add to that?
Whenever you have a dog going in the crate, they're prone to having accidents overnight. One, I try to see the consistency of when they're having the accidents. Honestly, something as easy as setting up a camera to see when they have that accident. Yeah. And that means that you have to wait for them to have the accident, but you can check, was it at 4 a.m.? Well, I'm going to start waking up at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Take the dog out for potty, and then you get him consistently potting at a certain time, and you make it go longer, and now you're at the 3:30, the 4, where they normally have the accident. Now you go to the 5, the 6, the 7, and you can kind of extend it out a little bit. The best piece of advice that anyone's given you so far, 3 hours before bed, eliminate
no water. Yeah.
And a lot of people are going to ask me, but by withholding resources, does it create frustration, and is it bad for them? No, because you're not withholding resources. You're gauging and you're limiting the amount of that resource that they get, which is actually helpful to them. It's like if your 1-year-old son drinks a whole glass of water before bed and pees in his bed
a
week in a row,
yeah.
They're like, well, it's a human. We shouldn't give him that much water, and we should limit him at a certain time.
Yeah, he can have it earlier, like you plan. You plan out your day a little bit better. If you can't do the camera thing, because I feel like that's kind of a tall order at night.
Cameras on Amazon are $15.
Yeah, but she has to take the time to go back and rewatch it all night, all the hours.
Just find out where the potty is. I don't know.
Anyway, I'm just giving y'all another option for those of you who have lives. So just get up at 3 a.m. Just get up at 3 a.m. instead of 5 a.m. and see if you've caught the puppy before the potty accident. And if you didn't, then it's like maybe you have a 10-pound puppy, even though it's 5 months old. It's only 8-10 pounds. And do I know this is awful, but do 2.5 hour rotation. And if you don't want to do that, if you do not want to do that, people, that's okay. Here is, in my opinion, a little bit of a middle ground. Is you actually get a bigger crate or a crate in a playpen or a crate apartment or something where there's more, like the crate with the playpen, even in your room. And you've got puppy pads everywhere except for in a small space where you actually put the puppy to sleep, and hopefully they will get up, poo on a puppy pad until you figure out the rhythm during the day. So you work super hard during the day to help the puppy elongate how long they can hold it. Because sometimes if you don't teach a puppy to hold their pee, especially females, they'll have to go, a 100-pound puppy will go every 3 hours forever. Mm-hmm. If you don't teach them how to hold their bladder. So anyway, I don't know. I hope that helps you. For all the people,
control doesn't start at night, it starts in the day.
Yeah.
If you have a dog prone to having accidents in the crate.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to get them on a schedule, your schedule, not theirs. We're not taking them out every 45 minutes because they want to go potty. We're making them wait the hour and a half or the hour 15, whatever the capability is, with some limited resources to help them understand when we want them to go. And the biggest thing for us too is that for the overnights, most dogs hibernate overnight. And if your dog isn't hibernating, you're probably getting a disconnect there somewhere.
Oh yeah, more
their
exercise,
circadian rhythm.
more exercise and more mental stimulation during the day.
And then especially before they go to bed, you're not doing a lot of physical activity. My night when my dogs go to bed is I get home like 7:15, 7:30. We take a walk. My wife will do like a little bit of training with. She's my fiance. We'll do a little bit of training with them. I got the look from her. We'll do a little bit of training with them.
Speaking of the wife, I think he's ready to go.
Bye. We'll do a little bit of training after that walk, and then our night doesn't have any more play for the rest of it. We're doing like an hour of place or calm settle routine, which for you guys would be a tether to something or a playpen. And then by the time we go to bed, our dogs are like already halfway asleep, wandering the bed, or we're picking them up, putting them in there. So there's no big energy at night. There's no playtime right before bed. It's calming routines because that calm puppy will sleep. Mm-hmm. That energetic puppy
mental slow routines. Yeah.
Yep. Perfect.
So
we'll move
anyway,
on. I'm happy.
All right. If you guys want to, if you haven't already, DM us on Instagram for our puppy starter schedule, and start getting into a routine. And you can build up that routine really quickly. I think it starts at an hour and a half crate rotation. But
and
yeah.
By the way, too, our online school, every Wednesday we do a 4 p.m. full hour, to where it's like sometimes 10 people, sometimes 5, sometimes 50. But when we do these hour lives, 90% of the questions are about what you guys are asking about. 90% of these questions
it's potty and reactivity.
Pretty much, yeah. So if you guys want to get a little bit of information on that, you want a more in-detail video that we provide through our online school, it's literally a course that we've made pre-made videos, very high quality, and then we do Q&As every single week to answer questions about the videos that you've watched and practiced with.
Yep.
Just to give you an idea. puppyacademy.com, online banner on top.
Okay.
Pushing.
Shameless plug. Okay.
I'm shameless. I'm shamed.
It's another potty thing. So when can a puppy hold their potty overnight? And this was
age. Do we have it?
No, I don't know. This was a video that we did, and Kay says, so if we go to bed at 10, cut off water, food around 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 4 hours, how do you manage water throughout the day? You
gauge it.
Sorry.
The
Go ahead.
standard average, what are you pointing out?
No, she always shows me if there's a question. You just do you. You just do
the
you.
Standard average for most breeds, I know Dalmatians are not a part of this.
Right.
Some other breeds that maybe she knows about, Dalmatian.
Some of the mountain dogs need more.
It's a half cup of water per 30 pounds of body weight every 2 to 3 hours. That's an easy average. If you need a number to go off of, since I've given this number over the last 2 years when I heard about it to clients, I would say that 95% of my clientele here at Puppy Academy and our own business as well have had amazing success with potty accents, not having them at least. So the reason we give that number and the reason that number is out there is because people give this bowl of water that's this big and they fill it up 3/4 of the way and they put it on the ground. The dog will drink profuse amounts. They say, well, he needs it.
Because we just played fetch, so yes. He needs it.
It's a resource. It's something that dogs think is going to go away, so they drink a lot of it. By limiting it, it becomes a resource that they earn. You as their leader give them this water in a limited amount. You give it more often throughout the day, so you give less quantity
at a time,
yeah, but more frequency, so you're still giving the same amount of water, but you're in control of how often they need to go potty because of that amount of water.
So like basically every time they come out of crate, water chance. Every time you're done working with them, water chance, you know. And sometimes if you live in a really hot climate, like we're in the West, we got SoCal, Arizona, you know, these places that get really, really hot, what you can do is you give the amount of water that you think is appropriate. You could base it off of what we've heard from vets, which hear that from, you know, people who study animals, of the amount of water that they should have. And if they're still guzzling, they may not actually need it. It could be because of the heat. So remove it. Give them 15 minutes to calm down. So they physically, their body, could they lay down? They you know, maybe sleep a little bit, or they lay there and pant because you went on a hike and it was warm. Then give them another chance and see if they actually need more water. You might be surprised. They'll do a few licks most of the time and they'll be good.
I had a guy who he left his dog at home when he went to work. He had a really high playpen, small dog, something like choking hazards or anything, had a crate attached to it. And he actually had this like cat feeder thing where I guess they have timed cat feeders where it opens up containers. They pop open, and every 3 hours the dog would have a little container pop open. It would go drink its water. It'd be like it's like an 8-pound dog, so it probably got a
very
20
little
cup.
Yeah.
And it would just drink the water it wanted, go have its potty. The little thing would just stay open with nothing in it, and then that's how he gave water to the dog every 3 hours. It was super clever. He worked like 12-hour. He was a nurse. He would work 12-hour shifts at the hospital. It's really clever, I thought.
Speaking of 12-hour shifts, it is. Olivia says, do we have any tips for a 4-month-old that's going to be alone all day? We do have a crate, but I work 12-hour shifts twice a week. I already know what I'm saying. What is that?
Does it say what kind of...
no, and no breed or anything.
Man, I think that's going to be difficult for those 2 12-hour days a week. In my mind, it's going to be more cost efficient for training later down the line to have a rover come in
twice,
2 or 3 times a day. Yeah, 2 or 3
like
times a day.
It doesn't even have to be some big walk. Just 2. You can do rover for 2 like 15-minute potty breaks. At least you used to. I haven't looked lately, but
I don't know about 2 15-minute potty breaks. I know you pay for each one separately. Sometimes it's like $20 for them to come in a couple times a day. Just take them out for the potty. Maybe do like a little bit of like engagement work with them, like play with the toy for 5 minutes, and then put them back in the playpen crate setup or just a straight up crate setup if they're escape artists. And I think that will save you money in the long run. Now, I know people are adding up the numbers in their brain right now, because you're not going to need to hire a trainer like one of us to come in and fix all your problems later on. You could probably go to your local Petco or something, or do our online school and literally just get the basic obedience of what you need to still have a very fruitful relationship with your dog.
Yeah.
But your dog starts escaping, starts getting out, starts getting into stuff, and you have now pretty heavy vet bills. That is not worth the squeeze to me. So I think that, yes, it's a little bit much of an investment now with the rover, but eventually your dog will be older and you can cut that down to 1 time a day.
Yeah.
So that's my thought. I want to go deeper.
For me, I totally agree with what he said, but if that doesn't sound like... Okay, I got a couple of questions over here that I'm going to get to. Do not read them while I'm answering the question. Sorry.
It's my line.
So anyway, another thing, what was it, Olivia? So another thing, Olivia, just another option that you could do is if it's a smaller breed dog especially, you could think about getting a very large crate. You have your small crate for your proper training, but on your big days, you get a very large crate. The reason I say a large crate is because a lot of times playpens fail. Playpens are really made more for supervision, not for
flimsy.
Yeah, not even the plastic ones, or and they've got the covers. They've got all kinds of fancy ones, but we have still seen so many dogs escape, hurt themselves. We've seen them fail because they're really meant to condense your dog with supervision, like a playpen for a baby. Like there should be supervision. You're not just leaving them there for hours. Because they'll climb out and stuff like that. So anyway, I kind of think of it like that. If it's a smaller breed dog, I would get a very large crate, like a 42-inch German Shepherd crate, and I would have potty pads over here, and then I would have like a little bit of water, maybe a little bit more than a little, for 12 hours. There we go, 12-hour shifts. And which might be 14 hours if you're traveling. And I wouldn't leave anything to chew or anything like that, because you don't really know your dog. You don't know what they're capable of chewing and breaking off and ingesting. I know chew toys are like the way to go, but I wouldn't do that yet. It would be nothing. It would just be, hopefully he won't chew up the puppy pads, and he can pee, it's all puppy pads pretty much, with a little area with water. And really
you can't tell we're all about puppy safety and the not swallowing hazards. Yes, exactly. And so really work hard at exercising your puppy before you go and calming them down before you go. So you're going to need like a full probably 45 minutes for a 4-month-old to work them and play with them, and then calm them down with some mental stimulation before you go. And then you'll have to do a little bit at least when you get home and you're dead tired. So that would be like another option. I know that some breeds can handle being in a kennel
outside. But for a 4-month-old, let's say it's a golden retriever. For a 4-month-old, it would need to be a covered kennel because there are animals that will come and pluck even a 4-month-old retriever out of your yard, at least where we live. And yeah, at least where we live. Yep. So just keep those things in mind, and feel free to write back and give us some more details, and we can help you more from there. Okay.
I'll give you 1 or 2 options just for the...
You already did.
The crate. More about the crate.
Okay, fine. And then I'll get to your questions.
The more bougie option is to get like the condo crates where it's got literally like almost like bedrooms, like they're walled off with small little holes kind
bougie.
Of in between. I call them bougie.
Olivia, if you want to go bougie.
Hey, get it? Get it, girl. I'm just saying.
They are nice. They are really nice.
Basically, he had like an old school chicken coop that he made for his chickens, and he made a similar version of that for his dog. Obviously, it wasn't a converted one. There was no sticky stink, but it was a large crate that it comes with a little divider to like block off the other side. He took that divider and he cut a hole. Like he cut like basically a hole, smoothed out the metal with some whatever the hell he used. I don't know what he used. I'm not a woodsman or whatever that is.
A woodsman?
Carpenter.
I mean, like a craftsman.
Whatever. Yeah, that. I'm a dog trainer. I don't know this stuff. But he basically cut a hole and then blacked it out. So it legitimately was, he couldn't see through this divider, and the back half of the crate, the back half of the crate was the potty area. The front half of the crate was like the sleepy area, mainly because they want to look at poop every day. And they made it so they could convert it into a full sleeping crate when the dog was full size, and then a little mini what do you call for like the puppy when they're like little baby puppies and they have the multiple areas of the crate?
The apartment?
No.
Puppy apartment?
Sure. Whatever.
That was the first version that came out.
That was the first version.
Yeah.
But you basically make 2 separate sections. One's a potty area, one's an existing sleep area, food area. You don't want them to be together though.
Yeah, if at all possible. One quick, she might not have a choice, but one quick thing, Olivia, really just look at the temperament of your dog. You may have, like if you've got some cattle dog mix puppy, you're not going to be able to leave them, probably, unless it's like a really, couch potato. You're not going to be able to leave them for 12 hours. It's going to cause so many behavioral problems. But if you have a more relaxed puppy, and we have plenty of clients, they do exist, that have relaxed puppies that sleep 10 hours anyway, and then they're a little anxious in the 2, and then they might just pee wherever. They might not even, they might just do whatever. You'll be okay. It won't ruin the puppy's life or anything. So much depends on temperament, so take those tips and let us know. Okay.
You have quite a few questions up here if you want to.
Okay, let me scroll down. Okay, Summer says, what if you absolutely cannot use a crate? How do you train them to not get into stuff at night? You can't.
You can't. They're animals.
They're
you primal creatures. Yeah. They're predators. They do what they want to do.
I have had a trainer that I worked with ages ago, lived out in the country. They used kennels outside and they raised puppies inside. And what she literally did was she would have a leash on the puppy on her bedside, and the leash would be like backed up to the bottom of the bed. And for me, and she had great success for that. We don't suggest that because puppies can get twisted up. Mm-hmm. They can get tightened up. So it's the reason I mention that is because I've heard some trainers say that before. Is you can just put a leash on on your puppy while you sleep.
I hope you're a light sleeper.
Yeah, then you got to be a light sleeper for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem with that is again for us is the safety thing, because they could easily get twisted up. And no, dogs will not always let you know when they need help. They won't. So that's like the only thing I can think of. Can you think of anything else? There's got to be something.
Leash tether, playpen. But I mean, I'm guessing you're getting boundary frustration when they go in the crate because they're probably barking all night long. So I mean,
people use their bathroom.
I was just getting ready to say.
I was thinking that.
Yeah,
too,
I was just going to say bathroom.
I bet you're still going to get barking.
Well, we with Happy chewed up our cabinets.
They probably couldn't hear what she said.
She said bathroom. Bathroom option. We actually did that with my small dog Happy, and she chewed up our cabinets. So little tiny cute Happy chewed up all the edges of our cabinet like a hamster,
Mm-hmm.
And so
they're bored. They're looking for something to do. That's why they wrap themselves up and hurt them. That's why they try to get out of the crate and bite it and bark.
Yeah.
That's why they jump over playpens and hurt themselves when they do it. There's a boredom factor. So let me say this. I think that you have more options than you think. I think you should hire a professional, balanced dog trainer to come in your home and give more solutions, not for a dog that we're going to just basically break of the barking in the crate, but you need mental stimulation, you need training, you need tasks that this dog needs to do throughout the day. So instead of them just being in panic mode in the crate, they're getting work through the panic mode. I won't say who the client is, I won't say even the dog's name, but I had a session with a client through Puppy Academy that we went to their home, we worked with them, and this dog for a long time panicked, pooped, peed, literally like kicked it everywhere in the crate to the point where this woman was
so
like
hard to
tearing
deal
out
with.
her hair. She was like tearing eyelashes at this point. And the solution we gave was work the dog when it's not in the crate, get calm, and then do all the same things we did outside of the crate in the crate, which yes is incredibly advanced. It's a very advanced training routine. It's
which
like
is
puppy meditation.
Which is why we're like you're gonna have to get a one-on-one help.
Yes. DM us if you're local. We'll try to help you guys out if we can. But
because you have to turn the brain off in the crate. You have to have the ability to be like, no, settle down. Maybe the dog needs to be moved to another room and not be in the same room as you so they can cry it out a little bit and go to sleep. That's another option.
Yeah, we've had in the last 6 months probably some of the worst crate dogs.
Oh, yes.
Ever.
Honestly, since COVID.
Our Zen room is like
honestly,
packed.
since COVID.
Yeah. You got to create calmer existences for these dogs. You got kids.
Calmer associations.
Kids need new rules around the dogs. Calmer associations. Yeah. I don't have any kids, so I got to just tell you guys everything that you should do as parents. But I have no kids. I got doggies. Yes.
Okay, moving on. Have you guys ever done service dog training? I've done a little. He's done a lot.
Yeah, it's my niche. I do it probably 40% of what I do.
Do you still do it?
I do. I just graduated 3 service animals last month.
He used to do it full time, right?
I used to do it full time, but the market wasn't what it is today. Now I probably could do it full time.
Yeah.
Everyone wants service animal. There's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of bad reasons why people get service animals, like to fly. You should have a real reason to get one.
Or they go to
giving all the real service animals a bad name.
My favorite is they get a
judging you.
My favorite is they get a puppy who is immediately an ESA service animal, like immediately, instead of the 1 to 2 years of training first. And then my other favorite is they go to a rescue or a shelter and they're like, I love you so much. You're my new service animal.
The amount of rejected service animals I've done over the last year has been pretty phenomenal. You should make sure that if you're going to get a service animal, you get them from either a area that is used to breeding them. Because by the way, I'm all about rescues. I'm okay with breeding dogs too.
But you definitely need a professional trainer first. You've already got one lined up before you even get the rescue dog to potentially become a service dog.
And a temperament for a rescue dog, you talk to the people that have had the dogs. You talk to the owner of the rescue. You talk to the fosters of the rescue. And the temperament you're looking for in dogs, you throw a ball across the room, they're like, that's the ball. And that's it. They chase the ball down. I'm like, that's probably not going to be a very good service animal. So you need low impulse, high impulse control, and they kind of just naturally have it, honestly.
High drive, but lower arousal.
Yes, well, I like that. That's like the dog trainer way of saying it. Sorry, this is how I talk to my clients.
Yeah.
They have no idea what the hell arousal is unless they're thinking it's sexual.
And
that's
you just had to go there.
They're like, yeah, she agrees with me. She agrees with me, not you.
And one quick thing, like you got to understand, it's the same when it comes to canine officer dogs as service dogs. You get a litter specifically bred for service dogs. Like 30-40% of that litter does not cut it as a service dog. Maybe 50, I don't even know.
60%.
Yeah, it's like they wash out. They wash out in school. Okay, all right.
I can talk about this for hours. I love it.
Point is, it is difficult. And if you are getting a service dog, not to undermine this, I don't want to make it sound like I'm undermining this, but if you get a service dog just to do like some of the anxiety stuff, that's not the right word. What's it called? Like they alert for anxiety. There's like a word for it.
Usually it's DPT.
DPT.
Pressure therapy.
So not to undermine that, but it's not like blind dog or blind person, deaf dog stuff.
Technically still service stuff.
It's technically still service. However, for me, what I've noticed is because these are some of the dogs I've trained in service dog. I've never done the fancy stuff like for people who are blind or anything. I've done some.
I believe that if you are going to do that, you need to hire a professional facility.
Oh yeah. Facility, and
you're not buying the dog.
But that's not what most. That's probably not why she's asking, and that's not why most people want it. That's
not
why
I agree.
most people want
I don't do that.
Yeah, it's for the anxiety stuff, and they want an ESA dog, and now you can't fly with them, so they want a service dog. So just know this: honestly, I think to teach the DPT, it's actually not that difficult. I think it's pretty easy to teach most dogs the DPT.
Easy. It's a temperament.
So it is all about behavior. So you need to go to a trainer that specializes in environmental neutrality. And once you get that with your dog or puppy, you teach them the DPT.
I agree. It takes 2 sessions to teach DPT. It takes 4 to 8 sessions and 4 to 8 months usually to teach anything more than that.
Bingo.
Environmental.
Well, and that's assuming there's no behavioral issues. Yep. And most of the dogs we see trying to be service dogs, they have behavioral issues.
I just saw a TikTok of a guy at Home Depot, and he had his well-trained service animal, and he was it was almost attacked by another service animal that was viciously biting the owner when he couldn't get to the dog he wanted to bite.
And guess what, Freya? It ruined her service dog for a while.
Oh, Freya.
It ruined her service dog for a while. If it's the same one I'm thinking of, she had to go back and redo training because her service dog developed anxiety from that attack.
Yep.
Anyway.
Most dogs with one attack are calling us.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know.
Okay, one more.
Freya, I'm sorry. I knew she was going to.
Are you sorry? Are you really sorry? No, you're not. Okay, one more really quick because we did get on here late. No, I'm not going to try to say that. I have one doodle and he was great, but recently we got another dog. Now my first dog is jealous and also tries to bite our son. I need age and breed. Like, I need more info to unpack this, but
Come back to us next week.
Yeah.
We can't even unpack it.
But hang on, I was just going to say, but I will say this, jealousy is not really a thing, although it does look exactly like jealousy. It's competition. Dogs build competition drive between each other, just like horses at a horse race, you know. And it's really up to the owners to set the boundary of, no, I'm going to pet this dog right now. I'm going to hug my son right now, and you need to be calm. Now it's your turn. Now you can come over, and I'm going to work with you. It's more about the lack of no that's building competition drive in your home, and maybe that other dog felt very impeded upon, like physical space-wise, like didn't feel advocated for when you brought that new puppy who's pushy and potentially, I'm just speculating. So anyway, I would love it if you'd come back with more information next week and we can really unpack that for you. Age and breed would be, the biggest one of both of the animals. All right. Thank you guys so much. Same time, same place next week.
We were sassy today.